Today was another fantastic day's training. I get excited about these things, you can probably pick up, because I know, well, I'm at a point in my life that I realise they're not going to last forever. You know, everything in life is temporary, and I'm in such a purple patch with training at the moment that I recognise at some point that's going to change. Maybe for the better, maybe not, but I'm really embracing it and have a lot of gratitude for what's happening at the moment. Here's how today went. 5:30 a.m. stretch, 6:30 a.m. gear grappling session, 8:30 a.m. post-training circuit to square the body back up after jiu-jitsu. Then at 11:30 a.m. another stretch. 12:30 p.m. was a no gear grappling session. Then around 2:30 p.m. was a strength training session. Now, switching gears, I want to share some insights in relation to flexibility and sporting performance, specifically to your performance and how you feel. Because compared to other physical qualities, not much is written or discussed in relation to flexibility and sports performance, which is ironic when you consider the ability to express your strength, speed, endurance, and your sporting skills is mute without a healthy range of motion at each joint. There's a performance advantage hiding in plain sight, but the catch is twofold. Firstly, you've got to be open to it. And secondly, you've got to invest the time and focus to stretch consistently. Those who do rave about it, but the challenge is you don't see it or hear much about it, while I've been surrounded by it for decades now. With that said, here are two fantastic examples under very different circumstances when it comes to flexibility and performance. One's acute and the other one's chronic. One's objective and one's subjective, and one's land-based and the other's ocean-based. Russian mixed martial artist Fedor Emelianenko is considered one of the greatest mixed martial artists of all time. In 2006, he had a bout against K1 champion Mark Hunt, and Hunt had Fedor's left arm in a joint lock called an Americana, which is basically placing the shoulder in extreme external rotation. The result of this is either tapping out, which is basically conceding defeat, or a debilitating shoulder injury and a loss of function in that shoulder. In this case, Fedor's flexibility saved him via being able to tolerate the joint lock before escaping it and winning minutes later via submitting Hunt with a different type of joint lock. To help see this more clearly, I've put a link in this video's description to that moment in their bout so you can check it out. Next, Hawaiian Mike Stewart is considered one of the greatest of all time. He's a 9-time bodyboarding world champion, 14-time Pipeline Classic body surfing champion, and after more than 40 years competing, he's still one of the best and most respected watermen in all of the world at 60 years old. Mike Stewart recently wrote, and I quote, "For me, good writing style is about having a conservation of effort. That is, finding the balance between activating or constricting the specific muscles that you need to maximize a move and relaxing all others. Working on one's suppleness or flexibility seems most helpful for this, not just because it increases mobility and range of motion, but because it helps with muscle awareness and coordination. You may have heard the military term, slow is smooth and smooth is fast, which seems to sum up this idea," end quote. Minimizing or ignoring this wisdom is opportunity cost at its greatest. There'll never be controlled, published, peer-reviewed research that encompasses Mike Stewart's history of riding some of the biggest, scariest, life-threatening waves around the world for over 40 years consistently. I suggest that his feel, insights and experiences relating to specific skills and techniques are unmatched. Now add to that the longevity of his career and we're in completely uncharted waters. So what's this got to do with you? Everything. Seeing and feeling the changes you'll have in your body from quality stretching is not something you can intellectualize or think through. You have to feel it. Experiencing it for yourself is the only way to understand and quantify the impact it has on you.